Hello guys, in the last class, in the last video we have seen differences between Java and others. Nearly 9 number of differences we have seen, well-known differences between Java and others. In this video we are going to see Java features. Next concept, Java features. In this video we are going to understand Java features. What is the purpose of this particular Java feature, the content here? To describe Java programming language nature. To describe Java programming nature, we have to go for Java features part. This is the purpose of Java feature. To describe the nature of Java programming language, we have to use Java features. So anyway, to describe the Java programming language nature, Java programming language has provided a set of features. What are the various set of features provided by Java programming language? First one is simple programming language. Second one is object oriented programming language. Next one is, third one is platform independent programming language. And fourth one is architectural neutral programming language. And the fifth one is like portable programming language. And the sixth one is like robust programming language. And seventh one is dynamic programming language. And eighth one is like secure programming language. Ninth one is multi-threaded programming language. And tenth one is distributed programming language. And 11th one is like interpretive programming language. And 12th one is high performance programming language. High performance programming language. These are overall 12 number of features we are having in Java programming. These are the features. Just if you want to know what is what information about our Java programming language, we have to go for this 12 number of features. Java has given this 12 number of features. This concept is like which one? For example, if you want to take a mobile piece, a mobile phone, if you want to take new mobile phone, if you want to take there, first we will go to the mobile shop. In mobile shop, what we will do, where some shop representative is available, mobile shop representative is available. So first of all, we will ask to that representative, I want to take this particular piece, mobile piece, can you please explain some details about it? If we ask this, immediately that mobile shop representative is able to give some demonstration about that mobile piece. Just within 5 minutes of time, he is able to give the total information about that mobile piece. Warranty for this particular piece or cost for this particular piece. If any EMI options are available about this, then he is able to explain that EMI options. Along with that, so how much internal memory and how much extendable memory and how many SIM cards are possible and all these details about our mobile phone, we are able to get from the respective mobile shop representative within 5 minutes. Still we have not used it and still we have not taken that. Just some details about that mobile piece we are getting. Similarly, if you want to know what is Java, if you want to get some details about our Java, what exactly the meaning of Java, before going to start our Java programming language, we have to go for which one? There no Java features. Good. What exactly the features are available about the Java programming language? What are the various features are provided by Sun Microsystems about our Java programming language? If you observe this, the features are nearly 12 number of features are existed. First one is simple programming language. Next one is object oriented. Next one is platform independent, architectural neutral, portable programming language, robust programming language, dynamic, secure, multi-threaded, distributed, interpretive and high performance. These are overall the features which are available for our Java programming language. This is what exactly the content of which one? Java features. It's okay, fine. Now here we are going to discuss about all these features clearly. Nearly 12 number of features are available. We are going to understand each and every feature clearly now. Come for this first one. The very first feature is which one? Simple programming language. How can we say Java is a simple programming language? Very clear. Java is a simple programming language because three reasons are available. Because of three reasons. What are the three reasons why Java is a simple programming language? Because Java applications are able to take less memory and less execution time. Java applications are able to take less memory and less execution time. Because of this reason, we can conclude Java is which one? A simple programming language. Next one is Java has removed all the confusion oriented features already. Java has removed already all the confusion oriented features. Like which one you know? Java has removed all the confusion oriented features. Already all the confusion oriented features. Like which one you know? Which features are removed by Java? Pointers. Pointers will increase confusion. So pointers are not allowed by Java. Next one is multiple inheritance. So this is also be one of the confusion oriented feature. So this is also be removed by Java. Next one is similarly operator overloading. Operator overloading. Operator overloading is a bit confusion oriented feature. So it was removed by Java clearly. So Java has removed all the confusion oriented features like pointers, multiple inheritance and operator overloading from its programming to make Java as a simple programming language only. Good sir. Now this is another reason. Reason number 3, you can understand it. Out of all the programming languages, C programming languages syntaxes are very simple. No other programming language syntaxes are that much of simple. C programming language syntaxes are very simple out of all the programming languages. Good. But what Java is doing now? What Java is doing to make Java as a simple programming language, Java is using all the simplified syntaxes from C and C++. Almost 90% of the syntaxes of Java are usable, are simplified syntaxes from C and C++ only. Only 10% of the syntaxes are from Java, Java own syntaxes now. Almost the majority of the syntaxes in Java are getting from C and C++. Because of this reason only, some people are thinking Java is dependent on C and C++. But strictly speaking, Java is not dependent on C and C++. No, only syntaxes wise, Java is using similar syntaxes of C and C++. So for which purpose Java is using simple syntaxes of C and C++? No, to make Java as which one can know? A simple programming language. Guys, understand it? What exactly the point I'm telling there? Java features is our content here. So to describe the nature of Java programming language has provided a set of features. What are the various set of features provided by Java programming language? First one is simple, next one is object oriented, next one is platform independent, and the next one is architectural neutral, next one is portable, next one is robust, next one is dynamic, secure, multi-threaded, distributed, interpretive, and high performance. These are overall 12 number of features. Here we are just thinking about it, Java is a simple programming language. How can we say Java is a simple programming language? Java is a simple programming language because Java applications are able to take less memory and less execution time in the relative comparison. Java has removed already all the confusion oriented features like pointers, multiple inheritance and operator overloading and so on. This kind of features are removed by Java to make Java is a simple programming language only. Java is using all the simplified syntaxes from C and C++ to make Java as a simple programming language. Because of these reasons only, Java is which one can know? A simple programming language. This is the point here we have to understand. And the next feature is which one there? The second feature is which one? Object oriented programming language. Object oriented. So we know already, before this Java, when we are able to conclude a programming language is an object oriented programming language. Right. If any programming language allows data to represent in the form of objects as per object oriented features, automatically that programming language is which one there no? An object oriented programming language. Point is very much clear. If any programming language allows to represent data in the form of objects as per object oriented features, then that programming language is called as which one? Object oriented programming language. Now here I am giving confirmation there. Java is an object oriented programming language. Java is an object oriented programming language. Why? Because the reason is very clear. Java allows to represent data in the form of objects only. In the form of objects only. Okay, as per object-oriented features. As per object-oriented features, data is going to be represented in the form of objects only. Because of this reason, Java is which one, you know, an object-oriented programming language. It's very simple. Next one. Another important feature is which one here? Platform independent nature. Already we have seen this point in our previous videos there. Differences between Java and others I have given one point there, where C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages and Java is platform independent programming language. This point already we discussed. Again we are going to see the same definition under our platform independent nature of the Java programming language. Understand it? Java is a platform independent programming language. But before thinking about Java is platform dependent or independent, when we are able to say one programming language is a platform independent programming language, when we are able to conclude one programming language is a platform independent programming language, reason is very clear. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and to perform execution on another operating system, if any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and to perform execution on another operating system, then such type of programming language is called as platform independent programming language. Good. Now tell me how Java is platform independent programming language. Java is platform independent programming language. Why? Because what is the reason for it? Java allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system. Java allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and execution in another operating system. So Java allows its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. Understand this point, you know? So when Java is allowing its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and execution is on another operating system, then automatically we can conclude Java is which one? No, a platform independent programming language. We are already aware about it. As part of the differences between Java and others I have discussed it there. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. Because of JVMs only, Java is which one? Platform independent programming language. But JVM is platform dependent component. Not only JVM, the total Java software is a platform dependent component. Platform dependent one. But Java programming language is which one? Platform independent. And the program what we prepared by using Java is also be platform independent. Good, sir. Now this is the meaning of which one there, no? Platform independent nature. Similarly, architectural neutral. What exactly the meaning of architectural neutral? So it is almost the same as platform independent nature only. But the difference is which one? In a platform independent we have taken operating system as a consideration. But in the case of architectural neutral, we are going to take which one? Hardware architectures. Hardware systems we are going to take as a consideration now. So what is the meaning of this architectural neutral? If any programming language allows its applications to compile on one hardware architecture and to execute on another hardware architecture, then such type of programming language is called as an architectural neutral programming language. So no dependency level on hardware. Compilation and execution must be on same hardware system in the sense, not like that. This is hardware dependency nature. But what is this architectural neutral hardware independent nature? If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation on one hardware system and to perform execution on another hardware system, then this type of application, this type of programming language is called as which one? Hardware independent programming language. It is also be called as which one? Architectural neutral programming language. Good. Now the point is which one? Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Why? Because, how can we say like this? Java allows its applications to perform compilation on one hardware system. Java allows its applications to perform compilation on one hardware system and to perform execution on another system. So automatically Java is which one, you know? An architectural neutral programming language. Right, sir. That's the meaning of which one, you know? Architectural neutral. Next one is What exactly the meaning of this portable nature here? What is the meaning of this portable? How can we say Java is a portable programming language? The answer is very clear. Java is a portable programming language. Java is a portable programming language. Why? Because Java is able to allow its applications under all the operating systems, and under all the hardware systems. So Java is not for a particular hardware system, Java is not for a particular operating system. Java is able to execute its applications under all the hardware systems, under all the operating systems. So this nature of the Java is nothing but which one? Portable. It can exist under any type of environment. It can run its applications under all the types of environments. So no other programming language is having this type of content here. Good, sir. One more proof I am telling there, simple proof I am telling there. When we install Java software in our system, in the software installation process, that installation process is giving a message for us. What about this message? No, 3 billion devices runs Java. Throughout the world, 3 billion devices runs Java. Different devices now. Maybe the devices may be which one? The remote controllers, maybe computers, maybe mobile phones, maybe Blackberries, maybe parking meters, maybe, and like sensors, maybe. Then everywhere, the Java is 3 billion devices runs Java. This is the capability of the Java. This is the capacity of the Java. Because of this reason, Java is which one? A portable programming language. Good, sir. This is one reason. And one more reason why Java is a portable here. I am giving clarity there. Java is able to provide fixed memory allocations. Java is able to provide fixed memory allocations for the primitive data types. Java is able to provide fixed memory allocations for the primitive data types irrespective of the operating system and processor which we use. We can use any processor or we can use any of the operating system. That doesn't matter for Java. Java is able to provide fixed memory allocations. What are the various fixed memory allocations for our Java content here? Already we have seen in the differences there about the last point. Now anyway, once again I am telling there. What exactly the fixed memory allocations for the primitive data types in the case of Java? That fixed memory allocations are very clear. For byte, 1 byte of memory. For short, 2 bytes of memory. And for int, 4 bytes of memory. And for long, 8 bytes of memory. For float, again 4 bytes of memory. For a double, 8 bytes of memory. And for boolean, 1 bit of memory. And for character, 2 bytes of memory. These are fixed memory allocations for all the primitive data types. Because of this reason also, we can conclude Java is which one here? No, much portable programming language. It's okay. So next point is which one? Then after that, robust programming language. Guys, understand it? Robust programming language. Alright, sir. Now, before understanding Java is robust or not, before understanding this point, first we have to conclude when a programming language is a robust programming language. When we are able to say one programming language is a robust programming language, answer is very clear. If any programming language is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms, if any programming language is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms, then that programming language is called as a robust programming language. If any programming language is very good at memory management system and at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms, that programming language is which one they know? Robust programming language. Now I am giving conclusion. No? Java is which one? Java is a robust programming language. Java is a robust programming language. Why? Because, what is the reason for it? Why? Because, point number one, Java is having very good memory management system. Java is having very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. Java is having very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. What is this heap memory management system actually? What is its nature? It is a dynamic memory management system. Heap memory management system is a dynamic memory management system. Good. What is its advantage? Okay, it is a dynamic memory management system. What is its advantage here? No, it able to allocate and deallocate memory for the objects at runtime. It able to allocate and deallocate memory for the objects at runtime as per the application requirements. It able to allocate and deallocate memory for the objects at a runtime as per the application requirements. So because of this reason, because of this particular reason, Java is which one here? No, robust programming language. This is one reason here, we can understand it. Java is having very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. It is a dynamic memory management system. It able to allocate and deallocate memory for the objects at a runtime as per the application requirement. While executing your application, if you want to create an object, if you require any memory, heap memory management system is ready to allocate memory for our object. At the runtime of our application, I don't require any object. I want to destroy some object there. That's ready. Heap memory management system is ready to destroy this particular object. So because of this particular nature, we can conclude Java is having very good memory management system. This is one point here. And the second point is which one here? No? Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms. Right, before moving for this point, what is an exception? No? Exception, in the simple definition, exception is a runtime error causes abnormal termination to the application. Just it is a runtime error causes abnormal termination to the application. This is called as which one? An exception. If you are not handling that exceptions properly, that exceptions may cause our operating system crashed out situation. If our application is a network application, our network application may be hanged out. So this kind of serious problems we are able to get if that exceptions are not handled properly. If the exceptions are handled properly, we may not get this type of problems. If you are not handling these exceptions properly, then there may be a chance to get this type of problems. So to avoid all these problems there, we have to handle exceptions properly. This is the main intention of which one? No? Exception handling. To handle these exceptions properly, we must go for which one there? Exception handling mechanisms. Good. Now here what I am telling there, Java is having very good exception handling mechanisms. How can I say Java is having very good exception handling mechanisms? No. Java has provided very good predefined library. Java has provided very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are generated, to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are generated frequently in Java applications. Guys, understand it, what I am telling there? Java has provided very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are generated frequently in Java applications. Because of this much of predefined library, Java is able to handle exceptions properly and it able to handle exceptions perfectly. So because of this reason also we can conclude Java is having very good exception handling mechanisms. And overall what I am telling there, Java is a robust programming language. Why? Because Java is having very good memory management system and Java is having very good exception handling mechanisms. How can we say Java is having very good memory management system? Java is having very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. It is a dynamic memory management system. It able to allocate and deallocate memory for the objects at a runtime as per the application requirements. So memory management system is very good. Next one is, another point is which one? Java has provided very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are coming frequently in our Java applications. Because of this reason also we can conclude Java is which one here? No, Java is having very good exception handling mechanisms. So finally the conclusion is which one there? Java is a robust programming language because of its very good memory management system and because of its very good exception handling mechanisms. Good.